Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. I am heading north. I'm making a stop in Seattle to drop off a bunch of vintage goods at my antique booth. And then from there, I'm going to head up to Snohomish because I'm spending the night with a friend of mine, who I have not seen in years. And so she suggested we go to downtown Snohomish, which I'm all about. So it is this really cute little historic town in Washington State, and it is nothing but vintage and antique stores and malls throughout the whole downtown. And then tomorrow I get to meet up with my daughter and little Amara, and I'm hoping that the weather holds and we can go to the pumpkin patch, because the weather has been off and on. Like yesterday in the morning it was sunny and gorgeous, and then it just poured rain and it was nasty, and this morning was raining, but now it's nice and dry, and so the weather would be just fine to go to the pumpkin patch. So anyways, I'm crossing my fingers. I got to Snohomish much later than anticipated, but I still really enjoyed the little bit of time I got to be there. And I did find something. I found this bookend from Frank Lloyd Wright. He had this sculpture commission for the front of his studio, and it was only $22. Then we went to this really cool restaurant called The Rep and had a wonderful meal there. So had such a good time with my friend, catching up and just talking about life and family and all the quirks of being a human. So surprisingly, there was an estate sale really close to my friend's house in the country, so we decided to head over there. She actually bought a John Deere tractor with a bunch of attachments that she's thrilled with, and I hauled away a ton of stuff, including that beautiful pastel Afghan and the orange one below it. I just was nabbing stuff left and right. Obviously, everything was 50% off because it was Sunday. They just wanted to get rid of stuff. And they had a ton of these Italian convex glass prints, and so I grabbed a ton of those.
And you know, surprisingly, I have always done really well with napkin rings, and I thought the little girlies would love this really sweet set with all the flowers on it. Oh, I'm just like, I always second guess things that I don't personally collect, you know? Like, I'm like, somebody like that. Although this piece of art wasn't truly vintage, which made me hesitate, it was so pretty and kind of moody, so I definitely snatched it up. So you want to be on the video?
Hi, my name's Christina. My friend and I, this is our very first estate sale that we're running for some friends of ours, but we're interested in doing it more full time. So we're really excited and we've had a lot of fun.
So I just got done at that estate sale, and you know, I always keep my fingers crossed. I typically never walk away empty-handed, and that is so helpful, mainly because I have the store, I have a booth, I sell online, and so like this little Afghan, look how cute that is. It's obviously like a baby Afghan, but I wouldn't sell that in the store and I wouldn't sell it in the booth, but it's a great item to sell online. And then look at this super kitschy lake lamp. I mean, that would not be caught dead in my store, but that's also going online. Because I have to stop at my booth on the way home, I want to show you a couple of the items that I bought at this estate sale that are going directly to the booth. So this is so cool. It's really dusty, and I do carry like furniture polish and like Windex 409 kind of stuff, but I'm gonna polish it up. But look how cool this is. It's an old stamp box. It's got all of the alphabet and numbers on here, and there are all the stamps. It looks like it's fully complete. I mean, maybe almost fully, but it is so cool. I paid $25 for this. And I mean, again, I could easily list this online, but like I said, I really want to like beef up my antique mall booth, and so that's where it's gonna go. But originally they wanted $100, and I definitely wouldn't have paid that. I probably wouldn't even have paid $50, but I thought $25 was really fair. It just makes an amazing display piece, doesn't it? So I also grabbed, oh my gosh, let me see. I also grabbed this whole pile of napkin rings. You know what I think of when I see these cute little napkin rings like this? I think of the grand millennials and the cottagecore girls, the young ones. And so there's 12 of them. I'm going to divide them up and I'm going to sell them as a set of 6 a piece. And then I also got these little chinoiserie. I said that right. Chinoiserie. Such a tongue twister, but this beautiful set of blue and white salt and pepper shakers. I only paid $1 for these. I paid $1 for the napkin rings too. So I did get a bunch of these Italian frames with these floral prints, and then one of them has some kind of funky print. I think I'll take those out, sell those online, but they're much bigger than this. But they would make beautiful frames. And anyways, I have had really good luck with these. I've never put any in my booth, but I think I picked up like 6 or 7 of these at this sale. These were, I think I got 2 identical ones of these, and they were only, I think she gave them to me for like maybe $5 for both of them, because it's 50% off day. Anyways, maybe I'll try these in my antique mall and see how they do. I noticed when I was there yesterday that there was so many young people. Also in Snohomish, I noticed that there was just crowds of young people, which just makes me so happy. If you've been watching for a while, you know how I feel like this is just the most amazing thing to pass on this heritage of like vintage treasure hunting to a younger generation, and the fact that they appreciate old things, vintage things, antique things just really makes me happy, not only as a reseller, because that's a whole new market for me, but just as somebody who appreciates the beauty, the brittle beauty that is vintage and antiques. So if you're new here, my name is Abigail and I own a vintage and antique store in Poulsbo, Washington. I have an antique booth in Seattle, Washington. I sell on almost all the major platforms, but my favorite are Etsy and eBay, and I do have a discount code. It is LOVEITBUYIT, and it saves you 15% off your entire purchase. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you should, because I post content every single day. Okay, so this may not be your cup of tea, but I did find these brutalist brass wall sculptures. They're actually sconces. You can kind of see that on the side. And I found these at my local antique mall. And the minute I saw them, I knew what they were because I actually sold one. These are a William Vos for Curtis Jarris, and if you're not into mid-century modern, that's not going to mean anything to you, but it's a mid-century modern artist, and so William Vos did some pieces for Curtis Jarris, and this is one of them. I know that because I actually sold one of these, and it wasn't the sconce though. It was a wider piece, not much wider, but definitely wider. And I had it listed for $395. They go all the way up to like $1,000, probably $2,000 on First Dibs. And I wound up selling it for a best offer of $300. So I paid $60 for these, and these are already listed. Also at that antique mall, I got these really cool, what are they? Sand dollar bookends. They're so cool. And we live by the water, so these are very timely. I want to say I paid either $12 or $13 for these. And I honestly don't know if I want to take them to the store where we've done really well with bookends. If I want to put them online, maybe I'll put them online and take them to the store. When I was in Snohomish, I stopped by that really funky antique store. I love the exterior of that store. And he had a whole bin full of these like huge clay beer steins. And I love this kind of gray clay. And so I picked up, I think 4 or 5 of these. And so look at this one, look at this one. And then this one's kind of funky. I like that. It's got Oktoberfest on that side. Very timely. And this one. And so I think I wound up paying like $3 or $4 a piece. And they are going to go to my antique booth. And I think I'm going to put maybe like $24 a piece, and we'll just see how they go. It's really hard to find men's stuff, and so whenever I do, I like to stock up. So these are the other brass and bubble glass pieces I got at that one estate sale, and I said it was ugly, but you know what, this print is kind of growing on me. These are going to go to the antique booth, and somebody could just pop this out and put whatever they want in here. So there's the one with the man and the one with the lady, and obviously they are out in the field. She looks like she's praying. I know that these are from a famous artist. I'm not quite sure who. I don't know why I don't just Google image things before I do these haul videos instead of just doing them on the fly. But they're very big pieces. And they were originally $7 a piece, but it was the last day and everything had to go. So I wound up, I think, paying like $5 for them. So also in Snohomish at a different antique store, another one I really love, it's a mall, I got this. Oh, it's so heavy. It's not like super, super large, but it is so heavy. This is called the Boulder, and it is just somebody carrying the weight on his back, the weight of the world on his back. And this was actually, these were actually sculptures that flanked the entrance to one of Frank Lloyd Wright's studios. I think it was his studio in Chicago. And I saw it and it said Frank Lloyd Wright. And so I went ahead and picked it up. I paid $22 for it. They retail for like $140 to $180 for the set. So I think I'm going to price it at $75. I have some cool metal items to show you. I have this cool brass chicken. What did I pay for it? I didn't even pay that. I think I picked this one up at the bins. It's going to my booth in Seattle. It's so cute. And honestly, I cannot even remember where I picked these up, but I got this owl. It's a Nutcracker. I absolutely love it. It even has these little eyes. So cute. And then look at this one. It's actually a walnut, but it's also a Nutcracker. And apparently I paid $8 for that one. I went to this random garage sale on a Tuesday. I got this really cool Yale Lock. Look at that. I love this. So this is going to my booth. These are going to my booth. I can't remember where I picked this up, some random garage sale also, but it is a horseshoe. And then you could see, I wonder if I could clean it up because you can see that it's copper on the back. You can see that it's very vintage. If I could clean it up, that would be great, but maybe that's the way it's supposed to look. And I may put this one online because I feel like horses do really well. And then I got this cute little basket. Again, I cannot remember. I think I picked this up at a thrift store. And this is also going to my booth in Seattle. It's just kind of like very primitive, very country. I like it. It's cute. Also at that random garage sale, I got these cute little advertising rulers. Look how tiny these are. I just love them. That is so cute. So I don't know. I think these will go to my booth. I also got this beautiful little blue, like Tiffany blue jewelry collection box. Look how cute the little feet are on it. And I think this is gonna go to my booth in Seattle because that was really the goal in these last couple of weeks, is picking stuff up for the booth. I really love this one. Look at this. It's a bird guide. It's very vintage. Song and insectivorous birds east of the Rockies. Excuse me. And you can see like it's all illustrated. It's so cute. And then I also got this tin. It's a laxative tin. I'm just seeing that. Fixin'. I love the pop of orange. I just thought that was really cool. And this fun little rainbow belt. This will go to the store. And let me show you what else I got from that sale. I got these fun antlers. Look how fun these are. So I just saw something I really would love to recreate, because why think of your own ideas when you can just recycle somebody else's, right? Anyways, they had this big ornate frame, and then they had the antlers inside, and I thought, how cool would that be? You could put garlands, you could hang like Christmas balls from them. And so I'm kind of thinking about doing that either for the store or the booth. And then at that same sale, I got this box. I love all the advertising. It's just a flat, narrow box. And maybe this would be good to like hold ornaments at the booth. I only paid $2 for this. And for all the rest of that stuff, it was kind of a bundle deal. There was a bunch of clothes. There was all those little miscellaneous items, vintage items, and I wound up paying, I think, a total of like $65, so not very much. So great deal. I'm totally glad I stopped by there. Made me very happy. Always on the hunt for mirrors for my booth. They do incredibly well, and every time I bring some in, I'll go. The next time I go, they will be sold. So I picked this beautiful mirror. Look at the embellishment on the top. This is a vintage mirror. It's all wood, and it is just really pretty. Look at the bottom. Isn't that lovely? It's a nice size. And I did pay up for this. I paid $40 for it, but I could easily get probably at like $125 for this particular type of mirror. Last item I have to show you is this Shaggy wool rug. It is very cool. It needs a really, really good cleaning. And I'm probably not going to be the one to do that, but I'm definitely going to disclose it when I list it. But it is really well made. It is really heavy. And once it's cleaned, it's going to look amazing. Also got this great Paris print yesterday at the thrift store. Gosh, I think I only paid $2 for it. I like it because it actually has very much of an autumn feel. It looks like it's probably October in Paris. There's the Arc de Triomphe, and here is the original artist. Obviously this is a print, but you know, it was probably from the 1950s, I would say, maybe the 60s. It's cute. And it's going to the store. And I picked up this little deer art, buck, I should say. And although it looks fairly new, it was painted in 1969. And you can see the age of it on the back. But it's kind of cute and kitschy. And I'm not sure if this is going to go to my booth or if I'll go ahead and list it online, but I really like it. Well, thanks for joining me on this week's adventure. Now we're getting into the holidays, so it's gonna get even more exciting. And if you get a chance to get out and do some thrifting, I certainly hope the thrifting gods will be with you and you find some fabulous stuff. And otherwise, I will see you on the next video.